All right, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to bout number 7 on the card, proudly brought to you by Don's Removal and Storage. This is the first of our CMT Super International title fights. This bout for the CMT Super Featherweight title. Please help me welcome, first of all, fighting out of the blue corner. Please give it up for Cain Brunton.
They call him insane, but he's actually a lovely bloke. Cain Brunton had a great year, Dodge. He, like many of the good folk from the top tier Muay Thai gym, you got Chris Bradford, you got Paddy Richards, you know, there's some great fighters out of that gym. Cain spent the last year, you sort of thought he could go somewhere, maybe, maybe not, and then all of a sudden, boom, he's taking names, he's defeating people left, right and centre, and he looks to add a CMT title to his resume.
Well, it seems that it's a credit to the gym. It seems there's a real culture down there. Obviously, Chris Bradford retiring, announcing he's wearing the gloves.
And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, Tony Manoharan.
Well, we have heard that before, you know, hanging up the gloves. Do they really ever hang up the gloves?
Bradford will be back.
We've seen some trainer challenge. How old are those guys?
I've seen him around. He'll be back. Hello to all the top tier folks. And here he comes, the man they call Disco, one of the nicest men you'll ever meet. A former investment banker from Canada who packed it all in to come and train under his idol, John Wayne Parr, who follows him into the cage that he feels is designed for our great sport of CMT. It's Tony Manoharan. Hello to everyone in Canada. Thank you for joining us. All the best. And chop D to your mate.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, bout number 7 on the card tonight, proudly brought to you by Don's Removal and Storage. This bout we contested over 5 3-minute rounds, full Thai rules, 58 kilogram division. The winner will be the CMT Super Featherweight Champion. Introduced to you first, fighting out of the blue corner with a 17-fight, 13-win record. He stands 160 centimeters tall, weighing in at 57.8 kilograms, trained out of top tier in Geelong, Victoria. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Australia, Cain Insane Brunton. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner with a 33-fight, 20-win record. He stands 160 centimeters tall, weighing in at 57.5 kilograms, trained out of Boonchu on the Gold Coast and representing Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Disco Manoharan.
Someone's internationals coming to Australia to learn the art of Muay Thai. Isn't it fantastic? Because usually you get everyone wanting to go to Thailand. Well, this guy says, no, Wayne Parr's my man, I'll come and train with him.
You've just ducked out to the John. Rich Fogarty, but I did tell the story that, I said to you guys before, he sold up everything to Tony Manoharan. Yep. Lovely guy. Was threw in a 6-figure job to follow his passion and really, in his words, sort of cleanse his spirit and follow Muay Thai. And the guy he wanted to train under was none other than JWP, and why not? Wayne's a fantastic trainer.
100%. He's well known, you know, like now he's even not in the world of Muay Thai, but you see even the UFC fighters want to know Wayne Parr to do striking with him.
GSP.
This is where Muay Thai is coming into the UFC in that striking part.
He would be an adequate, to say the least, addition to anyone. I mean, he helped GSP defeat Johnny Hendricks.
Definitely.
Well, I'm hoping there's a lot of UFC fans or MMA fans watching this tonight and really enjoying the striking.
And if you are, hang around, because the next 2 fights after this are sublime. They are lick your lips type fights.
Definitely.
But first, here comes the super featherweight title fight. Manoharan of Canada in the red shorts, and Cain Brunton, who is amassing a resume that's quite impressive of late. Picks his shots a lot better than he used to. He'll sit back, as you can see, moving well. Already the class showing from both of these guys. It hasn't been a flurry of trying to knock out. It's just been a feel-out process because they obviously don't know anything about each other.
That's right, that's right. And they've got five 3-minute rounds. And when you've got these gloves, man, you want to be 1 and 2 rounds are just the trying out rounds. 3, 4, and 5 are the money rounds.
One of the things you'll notice about Cain is his kicking. His leg kicking is sublime. We've already seen a few already. And Manoharan, if he gets going, has great hands. I'm told from my spies in Canada. Former sparring partner to a number of Canadian national champions in boxing.
Yeah, very composed. Cain using the front kick well.
This is what we're used to, gents.
That's it.
This is a Thai fight.
It doesn't matter when you get up to these professional fighters and they've got these gloves on, or even in a cage. They know their stuff. They got, they just take their time. They know they've got to work for the opportunity, for the openings, not just hopefully just guess there's an opportunity.
Good trade of kicks, and again Brunton kicking very hard. He's put on a little bit of weight. He struggles to do that, I know that much. Manoharan just looking like he's out of rhythm just a fraction. He just like he needs to get out of first gear.
Again, it gets back to that 5 rounds, and first round is just really just seeing what they're going to be, what they're going to do, what power they've got.
How much difference, to ask a stupid question, does the extra 2 rounds make?
Oh, it's like a lifetime, but you need them.
Yeah.
The extra 2 rounds, and the 1 and 2 rounds when my fighters are in there, I usually just say, take your time. You don't have to win the fight in the first and second round. Just take your time and get your rhythm, get your timing, distance. It takes a lot in these first 2 rounds to find all that.
Yeah, there's many trainers, many fighters who prefer to fight 5 3s and fight 3 3s. Trust me that. You get an extra minute break, which adds up to a lot of breaks in between rounds, a lot of good instructions from your corner.
Yeah. And you tend to see some good quality fights, and that's what we're seeing here. They're the hands of Manoharan that I called earlier in the red shorts from Canada.
I've got to say, we're getting some fabulous pictures here, all different angles. I hope you're enjoying this at home. The camera crew and the productions, just fantastic pictures.
Yeah, the guys from Real Time Productions, they do it well. They do it better than anyone, I'll be honest, and through Go Fight Live as well. Thank you for broadcasting. Thank you for joining us. Not long to go in this first of 5 rounds. A real feeling out process at this stage. Some good kicking, though. It's great to see some beautiful leg chopping. Some real class Muay Thai. Canada can be proud of Tony Manoharan with his start, and Cain Brunton is certainly, I would think at this stage.
Yeah, early on these guys seem to be really evenly matched. However, we do see them come on in the later rounds, so we really haven't seen anything out, to be honest.
Definitely not. Not when you get to these guys' level. They're young, they're professional, and they've got dreams of just being the best Muay Thai fighters they can be.
All they've done then is gone out and collected some intel for their corners.
Yeah,
exactly right. Exactly right.
It was a search mission.
Yeah.
Don't get caught.
Look, I think what's noted, you said Cain's got some good heavy legs. He did land those. They do add up. I think he landed probably a few more leg kicks, but look, it's saying that Tony did answer his own too.
Well,
so
here we go, our first round highlights, and you can see that Brunton kicks hard, but Tony, in most cases when he got kicked, he answered back, as we can see there, and he also, his hands came to the fore as he found more range, as we were just about to see there. Some instructions from the recently retired Chris Bradford.
Then we got the lovely ring girls there, all kitted out by Artist Outlook. Fantastic sponsor. They have been since day dot.
They do fully like customised outfits. They could get me like a onesie.
They could dress me up as a kung fu, actually.
As a carrot.
Kung fu carrot.
I reckon that'd be awesome. You two in your onesie and his kung fu carrot outfit.
I don't think they've got it.
I think people will pay to see that.
I don't reckon they've got enough fabric to make me a onesie just quietly.
There you go, Troy, for Artist Outlook. The commentary wearing their Artist Outlook special outfits. That'll be very entertaining.
If you've just joined us, thank you. Through Go Fight Live, Real Time Productions, we bring you CMT5, the baby of John Wayne Parr, who's in the corner, red corner at the moment, instructing his charge, Tony Manoharan. Still to come, Andy the Punisher Housen, who I'm so looking forward to, against probably one of my, well, he'd be in my top 3 favourite Australian fighters, Daniel Williams. That's next. Guys, I just can't wait for the pointy end of this night.
I love Mini T. He's one of my favourite, man, for lightweights. One of my favourites.
Gave us the fight of the year last year. He did in this very cage.
So we're almost ready for action here. I think these guys will just pick up the pace a little bit. I think what you'll find is not just so many one-offs. Now you'll see some combinations coming in behind these low kicks.
Well, a real feeling out process in the first round, which maybe just went the way of Cain Brunton in the blue trunks, but you don't think Wayne Parr was sitting in the corner saying take it easy for the second round.
Definitely not. Parr, he'd be just, you know, he'd be saying just open, look for the openings. You don't have to rush for them. Just make your time and your distance and just wait for that opportunity.
Yeah, these fighters at this level, they have got a game plan and they're probably just going to stick to it or just change it a little bit.
When you're talking about corners, you got, you know, you got the two corners that are cornering these guys with Wayne Parr and Chris Bradford, mate. Two of the best in Australia in my books.
Both with significant support from Quest Environments, Darren and Steve Hull, to get those operations humming along nicely.
Yep.
We do appreciate everyone behind the sport of Muay Thai. As we see Manoharan in the red shorts, those hands are starting to go.
Oh, nice. Nice lead left kick. He switched. Come up high with the left leg. He was snapping low and then come up high. Very good from Cain.
Another thing I've noticed about Cain Brunton, he looks thicker through the legs than Manoharan. He looks like he's got more muscle. They're identical in height, these boys.
I love Cain's evasive. When he goes in for combination and he knows he's too close.
He's got a great lean back.
Yeah, lean back. It reminds me, not as much, but the old siren.
You know, their gym does it.
Yeah.
Their fighters do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bradford very good at that, as is Paddy Richards.
Yep.
Hello to Pat, I know we'll be watching this. And hello to AJ, Cain's older brother and fighter as well. New addition to the family recently, I know that. As we see Tony Manoharan, the man from Canada. I got a lift home with him for about an hour yesterday. He is one of the nicest blokes, I tell you what. Fantastic guy. Gave it all up to come out here and train under Wayne Parr. Works at a bike shop.
Yep.
And used to be an investment banker.
Who do you in realistic with Muay Thai in Australia, Pacific? You never really find bad people in regards to, like, you always create friendships, and it's just that martial arts spirit.
They tend to get weeded out, the bad ones, from what I've seen.
Yeah, man. Even the bad ones turn good because they know
Yeah.
the culture's like in Australia, you know?
Exactly. It's great to be here. I think that's the point, Kung Fu Carrot, and
That's
it's always great to be at a show, and we're glad we can bring it to you live as Manoharan moves in to counter with a left hook.
Now the
Those,
boys-
it's the legs versus the hands, which has been called early.
Now they're starting to find that timing, going back and forth, and you can see one of them has their techniques, and the other one goes back there. So this second round's just, again, another feeling out, but now they're starting to find their range.
Yeah, the techniques aren't getting blocked now. They're actually landing.
Yep.
You know, that left round kick from Cain was beautiful.
Sometimes I just like to watch and leave the people at
man,
home
I
in
tell
silence. As Cain Brunton shows some nice hands of his own, just quietly there.
Yes, if you're tuning in, MMA fan, let's say stand up straight away. It's all striking contest, but we are using the MMA gloves and in the cage. Or is this the...
It's the cage.
It's a cage.
It's the cage.
Of course it is.
10 seconds to go in this second round. A better showing from Manoharan. I think, you know, he could have gone close to getting that round, but the kicks from Brunton are still scoring highly as the last one gets in just to maybe sway the judges.
Yeah, I'll be only just, and when I say just, I mean it's very small bit swaying to Cain because he's hitting the techniques, but then he's getting out, he's defensive, he's getting out of the way of the punches of his opponents.
Yet if Tony Manoharan got given that round, you probably wouldn't be up in arms
Definitely
and
not, definitely
you know,
not.
throwing your lunch out.
Yeah, I haven't seen the scorecards, but I'll go out on a limb. The guys are really trading one or the other. You can't really give one or other the fight yet. I wouldn't be surprised if we've got draws on all rounds, on all cards, on all judges.
Because it's still a filling out process.
It is a filling out process. No one's really taken the dominancy. There was no big takedowns. If there was a takedown, they both went down. They chopped. They both used combinations.
Yeah.
We saw some great high kicks there, and that's what's really, I think that the straight line techniques are the things that set the men from the boys. You know, we're seeing guys here who have gone the distance with quality opponents so far with straight line techniques.
Yep.
The jab, the teep, and the angle techniques of chopping the leg. The guys that win at CMT, in my experience, treat it like Muay Thai.
Oh, definitely. And they're going straight. When you've got those little gloves again and you're going straight and you're hitting straight, obviously that's when you're looking for that knockout, or you look because they're smaller gloves. But again, you get the ones who are seasoned fighters too, whether they've got small gloves or big gloves. They'll make angles and they'll work those angles to suit themselves or their style too.
Something that Mini T in our next fight does better than anyone in this country. Hit from angles.
Richard, I just want to ask you, you know, a fairly even fight. We're all Australians here, so what has Cain got to do, you know, up against Wayne Parr's boy, the Canadian boy now. You know, what would you like to see him to step up? Have you seen any openings?
I'd probably say with Cain, I'd probably like him to see him step off on a bit of ankle work, as I just mentioned there with Parr, to go up there and sort of, instead of with coming forward all the time, just step off on an angles and start hitting the leg from an angle and then coming through with the hands, or vice versa. Back leg goes back, come through on an angle.
Yeah, yeah.
He's got superb high kicking. So my advice, if I could, would be when you chop super hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, Tony's very walk up. He's really holding his ground. He's not moving backwards or forwards. He stands there.
Yep.
He's not closing the distance.
Again,
it's Cain that's moving around.
We see the value of the jab. It sets up that overhand right for him nicely again.
Well, what's happened, he's going to have the bigger power shots because he is setting his feet. You know, so he's hopefully in the later rounds, as you know, Cain potentially is a younger man, looks younger, he's getting a bit tired, and then his solid shots are going to come through.
And we've seen here early, like Richard said, by coming straight forward, Cain is walking into those shots.
Tony's waiting for Cain to throw something, then he's countering.
Yeah.
So that's where, because Cain's just thinking Tony's enticing Cain in, Cain's falling for it, so then that only leaves him straight angles. He's not working his actual angles. Whereas
if he came in off a 45, it might be a different situation. Very hard to hit a man from that position.
Just start going off on those angles. Dummy a jab and then step off to your side.
It's all well and good for us to say. I wouldn't be any
I'm-
good at it.
I'm-
There's a beautiful overhand right. I call the hands of Manoharan. That's just a slip.
Just a slip, but he did hit him hard. Oh, hit him hard back.
And copped a receipt. Did he what?
I think I copped a bit of that receipt too. That was a crazy hit.
Always a round three. They love to turn it up, these boys. There's no more filling out now. They're putting some mustard
Now
in.
they know what the pain's like with those gloves. They're going forward.
I'm calling it early. I want to see this fight again. This has the flavour of one of those fights. You know, there was a lot of respect early. The shots are tough. They're hard. Whoever wins this fight out of Cain Brunton and Tony Manoharan is going to fight the fight of their life.
Oh,
Definitely.
That straight elbow got straight through, but a little more experience. A year ago, Cain Brunton would have tried to tee off, then he just tied him up. He took a spell. And
the downside with Cain I see at the moment is Tony's starting to see what he's doing, because when Cain goes for a technique, he jumps in.
Yeah.
He skips in, so Tony's working that out now, just to sit back just one more step, get him in, then hit him.
beat him to the punch.
That's exactly right. And he just jumps in.
And there we go again with that step-up elbow. That straight elbow is the one. It's the straight line techniques. The jab's been working well for Manoharan as well, because Cain really needs to work those angles. Step to the side. Whoa.
Now that was a slip and a punch.
Yep.
Great refereeing. It's not a knockdown. He slipped at the same time as the hand hit the head. Not an automatic knockdown. Have a quick look at the fighter, see how razzled he is. He was fine. No knockdown.
Two very tough customers here at 58 kilos. This is for the CMT super featherweight title. It's a world title because we don't have CMT anywhere else, and the best fight here.
Cain doesn't seem to want to grapple, so it's a testament to Tony. He must be really strong on the grapple. He just turns and ties that up.
Cain's just thinking he's going to out-punch him by getting in close and working inside. He's got that in his mind.
Tony spent a lot of time recently working the grapple in Thailand, and he's shown he's kneed Cain every time Cain's come in. So again, we go to you, Richard Fogarty, with the question: what does Cain Brunton do?
Cain instead of this, well, hopefully his corner with, you see Tony's now working out his timing. As soon as he sees Cain jump in, and that's by pushing off your back foot and your front leg comes up. As soon as you jump in to the combination, Tony has to step back only just a smidgen, and he's already in that distance where Cain's missed, but he's got.
Exactly.
Yeah,
half a step back, half a step forward, the oldest trick in the book.
And I'd love to see Cain just throw one of these jabs as a dummy, or and pause and go off to the side.
And even hit him with a left body rip, or
Definitely.
Just change the angles, because he's
even
coming
go
in
down
straight.
Low. Jab up high, then all of a sudden change where if you're going to jump in, start hitting to the body with those gloves.
That famous Wayne Parr technique of throw a high jab and then bury that right hand into the body, into the breadbasket as hard as you can.
It's a perfect combination when you're in that scenario, and you see it work all the time. As soon as they jab up, then they jump in, that hits that breadbasket, it takes the wind out of them. Some mightn't drop, but they're feeling those body punches.
The first two rounds, gents, we had fairly even, probably going the way of Cain, the insane Brunton. I think we can clearly call the third Manoharan. He really stepped it up. But
I would say that the first two, as Brad was saying, first two is very hard in a 5-round fight.
Yeah.
World title, 3-minute rounds. You know, to say, oh, he definitely won that away. First two were even, very even. And third, Manoharan for sure, just by an inch for me at the moment.
Yeah, we've got some really quality, good judges here. We've got Blair Moore, Mark Stady, Scott Moss, and Alan Gould. Really quality judges. So
there's a few good fighters in that.
Yeah,
group too, just quietly.
Yeah. Very experienced judges, and yeah, this one could go the distance by the look at this stage.
Here we go. Will Manoharan continue his dominance from round 3? Or will Brunton find the fire that got him ahead in the early rounds? We'll find out as this CMT title fight for the super featherweight division.
I've been really impressed the way Tony's conducted this fight. The first 2 rounds, he's let the young bull burn off a little bit. He's really just worked him out slowly, counter-fighting. Now he's putting the pressure on him.
Yep.
He's the one working the angles. He's the one with that little left hop as his man comes in.
Yeah, well, the first 3 rounds he waited, and he won that 3rd round. Now he's walking in.
Oh!
There we go.
Now he's walking in.
There we go.
He's walking into a big right hand from Cain Brunton is what he is.
That's what I mean. This can change in a second.
Now, you know what? He's fine. He's going to come back. That's a flash
100%.
knockdown.
Yeah,
And he's going to go back to, I don't know if he's going to really push now. He might go back to that counter-fighting style.
No, I think now he's got that. He'll get now. I think he'll come forward, man.
Yeah.
If you're Cain Brunton, you've got to seize on this startled opportunity, surely.
There's the confidence there.
Well, I think he looked at him in the eye and he wasn't dazed. He just got, it was a flash knockdown. He come back strong.
Yep. This is where Cain's got to go now with his left and right. If he's going to jump in left and right when he's in there, grapple and start elbowing.
Because if nothing else, if you're Cain, you know Tony's freaking out because the count's reversed in his head.
Well, more the point now that he's down on the scorecard quite heavily.
Yep.
There we go, folks. That's what happens at CMT, a quality fight
man,
for the
that's
title.
what I say. You think one fighter's, man, he's cruising along, he's got this all
Oh, beautiful
Oh!
uppercut.
Another straight shot from Cain Brunton sits Tony Manoharan on his butt.
And I seen Chris Bradford indicate to him, go in, uppercut.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. That's a great young fighter when you look at your corner and you listen to it and you do the next combination. There it is.
And that one really hurt Tony, but he's bounced back. Oh, he's hurt. That's it. Wow, what an impressive comeback after that 3rd round.
I'm not sure about that. Was that 3 knockdowns or?
Yeah, it was.
3 knockdowns and it's called off.
But nothing away from Tony. You know, like that was he took some punishment as well, but he's the corner. It just says the corner indicated. Once he started after that flash knockdown, then it's indicated that uppercut coming from there on.
Oh, it's going to make for a great replay, Richard. Great instructions from the corners there. They both come out with very different tactics in the 4th round, and someone gets knocked out.
The money rounds, man.